started in 2015. I ended up moving to Columbus after I graduated college and ended up doing indoor karting kind of as got the bug to start racing, and did some leagues there and ended up meeting Jim Conlon through the leagues and won one of the leagues, and then he kind of invited me out to come test drive one of his arrive and drive karts, and then came out to Newcastle and did a few race weekends and realized I had a lot of fun, so ended up buying my own kart, and then it's kind of snowballed, and here I am 7 years later racing. It's something like I really enjoy it as a hobby. It's something to look forward to, like besides obviously doing your normal job every day. Gives you a reason to get out, to make friends, like while also compete and like push yourself to the limit. I really enjoy the team aspect and the camaraderie. Like we're all similar age for the most part. I mean, we have some people who are like high school on up, but we all know we're here to have fun and enjoy the weekend and so on. So we support each other. Obviously, we're racing against each other when we're out on track, but it's still, you come in afterwards. We have a team dinner on Saturdays. You grab a beer. It's a good time. Every driver wants to be confident. I mean, there's an old rule that you should like never look behind you. You always are keeping your eyes forward because you always are going forward. So it's just a good mentality to have, that because if you start to think about the consequences behind you or what's behind you, then that's when you start going slower. So it helps from a performance level. I'm trying to keep stepping up in speed. So like I'm running Yamaha this year. I'm kind of have my eyes forward to maybe going to something maybe faster. I mean, eventually I'd like to do the pinnacle and like try to drive a shifter kart just because of like a test as for myself as a driver. I mean, I may not be the fastest, but to see if I can handle it, and if you can race well, you know you've kind of achieved something, because I think a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is to drive these karts after having no experience. They think it's very much like an amusement park or something, and then they're kind of blown away when they come out here to watch and they see how fast we're going and how skillful you have to be as a driver. So I'm racing in the Yamaha Masters class this year, which is 30 years old and up. So it's a little bit of, we like to joke it's the old guy class, but I think I'm the youngest in the class. But there's, like all the other classes here, there's 14 races over the year, over like 10 or 11 weekends, because there's a couple of doubleheader weekends. So you're basically trying to get as many points based on your finishing position in each race. So ideally, if you win all of them, you'll get more points, but the goal is to try to collect as many points, and at the end of the year, that's the champion, and then you get a trophy and nice prize and everything. So really good so far. We started the year off with a pair of wins and a second, almost a win, 3 straight poles. So we've been running really well. We have the kart dialed in for the most part. This is my second year doing it, so we've started to figure it out finally. I'd say to come out and watch and don't be put off by like the competition or like be scared off by how competitive it is. I mean, we all have to start somewhere. So a lot of people come out and they think like, oh, or they do their first weekend and they're like 3 seconds off the pace, and they're like, oh, I'm slow. Like they think that they're going to be fast, and they don't get enjoyment because they're not competitive. You have to keep with it. Like we all start that way. Like I said, I started indoor karting. I walked in, I had no racing experience, and here I am today leading points in my class. So I'd say for someone starting new, it's like come out and watch, and then maybe come talk to the team, talk to a handful of racers, get advice, like be like a sponge, try to absorb as much information as you can, and then maybe rent from Jim. That's like how I started. Like don't dive feet first if you don't want to. Maybe do a weekend rent, see if you like it. If you do, like I did, you'll come back, rent a few more weekends, and then buy your own kart and then keep going.